Kids. Sit next to me. Please. Why not? I want Kyle to sit next to me.
You want Kyle to sit next to you?
Yeah, they have the aisle where you can.
Told you, looking so fancy today. Is that your listing presentation or that's just for fun?
It's cold outside.
That's
really great.
Tara.
How's everybody? I'm gonna get started.
Tara, I swear I saw you in the office earlier.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no, it wasn't me.
Somebody else, I guess.
I mean, me and you.
I saw somebody talking.
So, I mean, we get the memo.
So funny.
I saw somebody talking to Shayla with long hair and I thought it was you.
Oh no. Huh, interesting. I must have a twin.
You must.
Okay,
No,
how's
you're no
everybody?
twin. Beautiful as you.
I am a Gemini, so.
Anderson.
And I'm gonna get started. Where are we? What day are we?
Tuesday.
November 9th.
You got it right.
It's behind you.
Where? No. No, I actually didn't do that. If I did do that, it would have gotten a date. And then Tori yesterday dates were-
Good morning.
I missed the colors. Huh?
Sierra, Diana, Katya, Juan, Maria, Mike, Tara. It's like that kids, remember that kids show and when you were a kid, they were named off all the names of
All
the
right,
kids?
let's go.
Okay, I'll let
Hey,
you,
you know
I'll let
what?
you
In
guys
order to
go.
get everyone's attention,
Okay.
we're actually gonna start with a little game.
Positive productivity progress. No.
I'm over that. I don't have any cash, so sorry.
I literally put it up earlier. I'm like, you guys study it real fast in case she asks.
All right, if we want, who knows our core values?
Victor.
Progress, productivity, positivity, commitment, culture.
You didn't even look around. Done.
You look right at you.
That was fantastic. If I had a $20 bill, I would give it to you, but I don't need pockets. I do have Zelle. Fine. All right, so the numbers game I want to play is this. So I'm doing this in part because the rest of our slides, we're going to talk a little bit about numbers. We're going to talk a little bit about making calls, which you guys are doing a really good job with. As we are ending out 2021, I want to make sure that we are still putting an emphasis on ending the year strong, right? 2021 was an interesting year. And I think, the actions that we do now in November are going to impact our 2022, right? Because the average life cycle of a lead, does anyone know what the average life cycle of a lead is?
6 months.
18 months.
It's 18 months. It's 18 months, which is insane. So ours was actually is much smaller than that. And I'm a big believer that the calls we make today impact 90 days from now. So if we go 90 days from November 9, thank you. Where does that bring us? Like February-ish. So the calls, so everything that we're doing now is going to impact our first quarter. Okay, so with that being said, numbers game, here we go. How many leads are in the Courtney pond?
17,000.
How many?
No, only Courtney.
17,000.
A little bit under, 15 less.
Thanks to me.
Okay, of those 15,000 leads, what do you guys think is the percent that are inattempted?
20%.
Half, 50, 20?
No.
Right in,
47.
a little under that, right in between, 42. So who's really good at math? How many is that?
Only attempted.
6,000.
Yeah, pretty good. 6,300.
6,300.
6,300. Okay, so
He's like, yo, I'm a numbers guy.
so here's the problem with that. The problem with that is there are almost 6,400 people that have some sort of a real estate need that we've never connected with. Right, that's a pretty big number. 6,000 people. I mean, I'm willing to bet if we took a percentage, or let's assume just 1% of those people have a need. How much is 1% of 6,300? 63. That's 63 deals that we were just sitting here not getting. Right? Sorry.
That's only 1%.
I'm using a very small. I'm using 1% just to show you guys how much opportunity is there. So speaking of which, let's talk about how we can take advantage of that opportunity. What are some things that we can do? So first of all, congratulations, right? So I'm saying all this, but at the same time, I want to make sure that I'm calling out Tove, Ivana, Tara, Michael Conti, Maria, Anastasia, Howard, Sherry, Tamir, Shelly, Jonathan, Matthew, and Sydney, because all of you guys had over 200 calls last week. So bravo to you. And the reality is that you guys are doing a fantastic job, right? Because numbers speak, numbers are going to impact our results. So these are good numbers, but I want better. And I think you guys should want better too, right? So let's talk about that. So I don't think I meant to animate this. Oh, so I want to set a goal. So what do you guys think is realistic? Right now, we have 42% of our pond is attempted. What do you guys think is realistic? To get that number, I want to get that number down from 42%. And I want to do this by the end of the year.
I think we should work in like
I was gonna say.
accountability
I was
partners
gonna
with
say
teams.
Okay, accountability partners, I like that. I love that idea. I'm gonna, let me finish this and then we'll circle back to the accountability. I like
You're
that
gonna
idea.
give me another project.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a project. Okay, so I would like to set a goal because I think 42% is way too high. It's way over industry average, right? And we are way under, whatever. We could do better. Oh,
25%.
huh?
25%.
Is that the industry average? Oh, that's what you once set the goal to? So I actually left it blank. I was hoping that we could come up with a number together. What? Oh, you guys are betting on the.
Yeah, we're side betting over here.
Oh, yeah, and I know what my number is. What was your
I
bet?
said your number would be 30.
My number's 30.
Yeah.
My number is 30. So here, I would like for us to get from 42% in our pond attempted to 30%, right? I think that's extremely realistic. I think it's really possible. So let's talk about some things that we can do in order to get there. First, we do my hair. Yes.
Call.
That's right. Okay. Were you raising your hand or you just?
Yeah, another thing that can be done is changing Python status properly.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
right.
just
Thank
not
you.
changing.
You're right. You're right. Okay. So I want to start with, I don't think a lot of you guys are afraid of the phone, and because those numbers prove that we're not. But just in case, let's just go over some things. So first of all, the phone doesn't bite. It just doesn't. But in addition to that, I want to kind of work on reframing some of it. So what I mean by that, what is this? That's easy. Okay, so I don't think any of you guys feel this way, but just in case you do, thank you. Oh my God, so much better. Just in case you feel this way, if anyone feels like nobody wants to hear from you, I want you guys to reframe it. And instead, I want you to think about, I have.
You guys mute yourselves.
I didn't find a good score on there.
Call. I want you to reframe that.
I mean, the good thing, what I like about this is that eventually,
Abby,
long-term,
please.
short-term, you can really make this nice.
Yes.
You can add the pool. You want to add the pool? Later, you can add the pool.
I know.
You have to go more and invite
Yanni, Gabby,
Yes, we're here.
Okay,
please
so
mute.
if somebody, if before you make the call, if you're worried
Thank you.
about think that somebody might, you need to reframe that into, if they do say no, I'm just gonna use that to become stronger, right? In order to get stronger, you have to, what is it, tear a muscle in order to make this muscle rebuild. So same idea here. If you hate the phone, I want you to reframe it. This phone
Phone makes me
will make me money.
yeah.
Phone makes
What
me-
if they say blah, blah, blah? Reframe that into, it doesn't matter what they say because I am prepared. So I don't call leads anymore, I used to, but every once in a while, I will get a lead that will call me. Somehow it gets to my number, they call the main number, they press a certain, whatever it is. And I'm not practiced in taking leads. I don't study it. I mean, I'm not doing it as you guys are. But every single time I engage. And the reason why is because I know what to say, because I'm prepared. So I don't worry at all because I know that no matter what they give me, I'm going to be able to handle it. So there's like a confidence that comes out. I want you guys to start to think about it and reframe your mindset into that place where no matter what the lead says, you are comfortable enough to respond correctly, because that's going to come across. So in order for us to get to our 30% goal, we have to start with making calls and having the right the mindset, frame of mind is what I'm trying to say. Okay. So I'm looking for volunteers because I saw this really good article in the Florida Realtor magazine. I don't know if you guys read that, but there is this realtor in Phoenix, Arizona that has a very specific strategy that he uses to get his to contact attempted leads. I'm going to show it to you guys, but I want volunteers. I'm looking for 3 people to try this out over the next 2 weeks. So do you want me to walk you through? Do you want to volunteer first, or should I explain to you what the strategy is?
Just kidding. Nobody else is
Make it
doing
quick.
that.
Okay.
If it's gonna make me, it's
Not
making
sure.
me money.
It's going to make you money. So the idea behind this strategy that I'm going to walk you through a strategy that has a much higher chance of getting people to respond, especially those that are in attempted and or even new leads, right? We get new leads that you reach out to, they don't respond right away. So this strategy is called single, triple, single. So this is the way this is going to work is the following. So if a lead comes in and they don't answer, is that too small? Can you guys see it? Very small.
500.
Okay, so the lead comes in and they don't answer, right? So of course, we never leave voicemails. You don't leave voicemails ever when you're calling in the pond, only if you have a relationship, right? We all know that. Okay. So you don't leave a voicemail, step 1. Step 2 is you go for something called the triple. The triple is 3 texts in a row. And by the way, I meant to show you guys if I go back to the chart for a second. Of this chart. This is kind of low, this text chart. And I know that we have the bot, but I want, for those of you that are going to try this new strategy out, I want you to turn off the AI. And instead, I want you guys sending texts because texting works, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's go back to the strategy. So the strategy is the phone rings, it's on a switchboard, they don't answer. So that's the single. The triple are 3 texts. So the first text is their name. Mark. The second text is you introduce yourself. This is Jordana, your realtor in Delray Beach. The third text is you give them something of value with some version of a carrot. So this is just an example. I got your email. Looks like you're looking for homes in Delray Beach, up to 800. I'm looking at something right now that's up to 850 with 4 bedrooms. Are you in town? Something to get them back, right? Some version of that. So this is a sample, but I actually wrote it out here. The 3 texts are text number 1, their name. You could also say, oh, somebody texted me yesterday and they wrote, hi, is this Jordana Tobel? And I wrote yes, and I'm like, oh. so you don't have to, you don't have to put, Kyle question mark. You can say, hi, is this Kyle? I don't know about you guys, but I mean, clearly I respond to those, right? And I'm like the worst and the meanest. If you ever call me, I'm not nice, and mostly because I'm busy, but also maybe I'm a little mean. But anyway, so text number 1 is this or Sherry question mark, whatever their name is. Text number 2, who you are. Hi, it's Courtney, your Delray Beach realtor. The third thing.
Them to respond to the first text of the question mark or no?
Sorry?
Do you wait for them to respond or you're just doing this?
Do you wait for them to respond? No.
Okay, it's just right after.
It's right after. Yeah, I mean, you could wait a couple seconds because maybe they will reply.
Okay.
But the idea is it's like bang, bang, bang. Like Anastasia, this is Jordana. You're looking at homes in Boca. I have one right in front of me hitting the market next week. When do you have time to chat? Something like that.
Got it.
So the third step is you have to actually customize it. So this is better than AI, right? AI is a bot. Yes, Victor.
Isn't there a way to trigger text to go out that way?
So we use a bot, and which essentially is texting.
Right.
It's
but
this.
There's no way to put a label that automatically.
I don't, we can't automate this, and I was about to say that because I want you to customize it based on the individual and what they're clicking on.
Oh yeah, the last text for sure.
The last text. So this is a trial period. This is not something that I'm going to put on every single lead. I want a bunch of you guys to say yes. I want to try this for 2 weeks, and I want data. I want to know if this works or not. If it does, then maybe we'll automate it. But for now, I just want to try this out. So single, you make the call. They don't answer. Okay, triple, 3 texts. Name, or is this Victor? This is Jordana. I want to help you and the carrot. So single, triple, there's the carrot. This is the sample. And I'll share this. This is available to you guys. This page is on the PLA, which is the policies page. All of these documents that I create, they're always available to you if you ever need them, or if you go into Drive and you search single, triple, single, this will pop up. Okay, if they still don't answer, then you go for the single again, which is another call. And on that call, you say something like, hey, it's Jordana. It's 10 a.m. I think you're probably at work. I'll try you again around lunch.
So we leave a message now,
So you leave a message.
or don't we, but.
Yeah, we leave a message. But the key is that once you say that, you want to actually then call. Because what you're doing is essentially establishing trust. They've done nothing, but you are establishing trust, right? So then when you call back at noon, they will actually pick up. And again, I want volunteers because I want to test this theory out. Why will they pick up? Because you have started to establish the relationship and you've started to prove yourself, right? We all know that buyers and sellers work with realtors that they know, like, and trust. How do you get someone to know you, like you, and trust you if you've never interacted with them before? This is the way to do it. Huh?
I was gonna say accountability.
Yeah.
Conti has raised his hand.
Yes. Hey.
He said, "I will volunteer."
I thought.
No, to volunteer.
No, I was raising my hand to volunteer.
Yes, I clarified
Stand
that.
by.
Thank you.
Wait for him to say something.
Okay, single, triple, single. What do you guys think about this strategy?
Let's try it.
It's kind of
I
interesting,
think
right?
you're like setting an expectation
Yeah,
and you're not just making the call, they didn't answer. It kind of, it's like an excuse to continue without being annoying. like,
exactly.
you know,
Right.
letting
And there's
you know
value.
what- Yeah.
Right, so last week we talked about the role of the realtor kind of shifting into, it's not just about who you know anymore, now it's about who's gonna provide you with value. So this kind of brings that back in, we wanna provide value, right? So another good way to do this, the third text, right, is to customize. If someone's looking for, let's say, maybe they're in downtown Delray, you can say something like, oh, I'm in downtown Delray right now, I'll shoot a quick video and send it over to you. I think I have another, oh, I do. Wait, what is that? Is that a single? If they still don't answer. Oh, another example of setting value in another text. You can reach out to them again. Hi, Mark, I'll be in Boca this afternoon. I can swing by that property that you initially inquired about, take a quick video for you. So you see how all of these little things are kind of like little carrots to provide value. The key to this whole thing is making that contact and starting that relationship and establishing trust. All of these ideas is from that gentleman in Arizona. I linked the video here in case you want to hear him explain it. I think it's like a 3-minute video, but it's basically summarized in this. Thanks. You're welcome. So we have Michael Conti is one volunteer. Who else do I have?
Toe.
Sydney. Okay, so here's more.
Oh, we're all doing it.
We can have more. Anybody who wants to volunteer. Okay,
We can
so
all do it and just tell me
okay,
the
so
results.
for Tove, Anastasia, Sydney, and Michael Conti. Can you write those names down for me?
I got it
Okay,
already.
cool. So this is what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to track your numbers because I need this data to be able to come back to you guys next week and tell you what is the percentage of this actually working.
Yes.
If I didn't say your name and you're trying this out, I'm just gonna ask that you track that.
Okay.
Right? How many times have you tried it? And how many times are people responding to this? This guy, his numbers is something like 80-something%, which seems a little bit wild. Yeah.
Conti is asking if he should wait to set a drip until that's done. Like,
That's a
they
good question.
attempted. Yeah.
Should you wait to set a drip until this interaction is done? I would say
I
yeah.
would say
Yes.
yes. too.
Sorry?
The attempted contact already sent text, so.
Right.
So-
Right.
So
So wait.
turn off, don't use any other drips, just try
Try
this.
that first.
Yeah.
And then.
Turn off the
yes.
AI. For those of you that are gonna try this out, turn off the AI, turn off the drips.
But this is for like new leads, but the ones that are in attempted status, if we already have drips, we don't turn that off, right?
Well, I don't know, let's talk about that. I kind of feel like if you turned it off and tried this,
You just have to remember to turn it off. My fear is that people are not gonna turn it back on.
But the AI shoots out a message right when that phone rings too.
Or
Mhm.
we can send a text for the people that are already in the system. You can leave that, the drip on there and then send the text through your actual phone.
Okay. I think there's a bunch of different ways to do it, and I don't know that there is one answer. There never really is, but let's try it and see what works. What I'm trying to do here is improve the people that we're reaching. Both, we're doing about 1,000 new leads every single month. And if we're averaging about 42% in attempted, whether it's a new lead or somebody in the pond, I don't really care. I just want to contact them. So that's what I'm saying. So let's just try this. So I would ask you that if you're going to try this, pay attention to, are you trying this only for new leads that are coming in versus leads that are already in the pond? I have a feeling though that this will work on leads that are already in the pond in attempted. And to answer your question about the drips, I would probably say yes, turn them off, but I also want you guys to use your best judgment. Every single lead in the dashboard has their own situation going on. It's up to you guys to try and make sure that it's customized for them, whether you're turning on or turning off a drip. Does that answer your question, sort of? Okay, so now that we've talked about kind of like the beginning part of the process of getting the leads and engaging with them. You guys are engaging. I know the Power Hour was really successful last week. Bravo to all of you guys that showed up for hosting our Power Hour. So I want to talk about, okay, now we've taken care of, we know what to do to engage. Okay, now you've engaged, you've had a good conversation. What do we do next? How do we get that? How do we move the needle forward from engaging to you're my client, let's just go look at homes together. Set a date.
Set expectation.
Okay. Oh, shoot. Okay, can you, I was gonna write it down, but can you like type it in there? You can, right?
I can type.
Can you be my Vanna and type in the things that we should do? So yes, set expectations. Yes, set a date. What else can we do? What are the things that those of you guys that are moving the leads from the initial engagement into the now we're showing properties stage? What do you guys do to get there?
Modify the search and summon properties when you say you're going to summon properties.
Okay, so modify the search. So that requires you to listen to their needs, modify the search accordingly, and do what you say you're going to do. If you say you're going to email them properties, right? What else can we do? We can listen, right? We can modify their searches. We can call when we say we're going to call. What about, do we tell them what we want to do and why we're calling them? Do we tell them that we want to be their realtor and we want to represent them?
Yeah, I've got to ask for the business.
Ask for the business, absolutely. These are all things that we should do. What are the things that we should not do?
Give up.
We should not give up. What else should we not do? Should not procrastinate. And my biggest pet peeve is when you say you're going to do something and you don't do it. Don't do that. Don't say I'll call you tomorrow and not call. What things do we have on here? So do tell them that you are their realtor. Hi, Courtney, thanks for calling today. I would love to be your realtor. Do set clear expectations. Set a follow-up in 1 to 2 days. Do not set a follow-up for 1 month out. It's too far, right? Because things might change by then. Do not forget to call when you say you're going to call. Do what you say you're going to do. I'll use that. Do be proactive. So this is an interesting one, right? So if somebody calls and says, oh, well, you know, or you talk to someone, they say, well, I'm not sure. I'm considering being either in Jupiter or in Fort Lauderdale. And that, I mean, that's a big difference, right? So you could either just, okay, make the notes and put a follow-up, or you might see that Jupiter, there's a good article about Jupiter in Palm Beach Forest. Or maybe there's some new information that you have about something that they told you, that you could go ahead and say, hey, I know you were considering moving to Jupiter. Here's a good article about it. So I do that all the time. where I find something that I think is interesting about their needs that I know will apply to them. So that's being proactive. So you've had that first conversation. So you successfully engaged. You wrote, "Hey, Sydney, question mark," and they responded. And now I know a little bit about Sydney. That's not enough, right? You have to keep pushing the process forward. So now that I've engaged with you, I need to continue to provide value. Sydney's considering living in Delray Beach. Let me send her some articles about what it's like to be in Delray Beach, right? So you've engaged. I want you to continue to push that process forward because I'm seeing these great numbers of engagement. So the next step is for us to see great numbers in contracts and closings. Any questions before I go on? Okay. Phone etiquette. This is something that I think is just a nice thing to review. Speaking clearly, not yelling. Tom Ferry talks a lot about something called mirroring, which is when you essentially mimic, thank you, whatever the person is that you're speaking to. So if they speak slowly, then you speak slowly. If they speak fast, then you speak fast. If they speak quietly, it makes the other person feel comfortable. Be aware of the tone of your voice, in the sense that if somebody has a quieter tone, you don't want to speak too loud and sound like you're yelling. Slang is something that I would probably not use, especially in the beginning part of the relationship. I would maintain professionalism. Howard, why are you laughing?
I just think it's funny.
Do you use slang?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Maybe I'm.
That's what I was gonna say. Is slang more like jargon? Or is it like?
It's like, saying, "Hey, I got these properties," you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
Right.
right. That's not as professional. Yeah.
We're not chummy yet.
All New Jersey people talk like that.
What are you trying to say?
Exactly how you guys talk.
But we're not on that level yet.
Yeah, exactly. Initial conversation.
You know what? I think you're right though, Victor, because somebody, I called an agent on Saturday and they called me on Sunday and they spoke to me like very, very casually. I thought to myself, why would they feel like that's okay? Like it wasn't very professional. And then I realized it's because I'm from New Jersey.
That's where the mirroring comes in, like, right?
Yeah, I guess
So if they start
yeah,
talking
you're
like
right.
that,
They
then I
start,
guess
yeah.
you can feel
I'm
free
trying to think
talk
of what
like
he
that
called
with them.
me. He didn't say, maybe he called me bro, which is weird. Like, hey bro, and I'm like, I'm not a bro, but okay, cool. Anyway.
No,
Okay.
I have a client that calls me kiddo.
Ooh.
I get sweetie and honey.
Okay, so how do you guys feel?
It makes me feel young. It also makes me feel like
he's putting you down
here. Yeah.
How do you guys feel when people, like, especially the women out there, like, how do you guys feel when they say like sweetie or honey? I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it. I don't like it. So I don't want you guys calling other people that. I don't want you guys I don't want you to be the one to say honey.
Yeah.
Please don't call people honey or sweetie or darling or any nickname really. Boothang. Yeah.
Hey, doll.
What was that?
Hey, doll.
Big dog?
Doll.
Don't call them big dog.
Doll. You know, doll. Hey, doll. Like we're-
Fired all the times. I think that's kind of.
That kind of annoys me.
Every time Sheila calls me boss, I call her a boss. I'm like, you're the boss. I'm not the boss.
But not in that way. Like I'm at a store and a guy's like, "Hey, boss."
Yeah, I
I'm
love
kinda
it.
like, do you really think I'm a boss?
Right, like-
I'm just saying it.
Right.
Like, how do you know I'm a boss? I mean, I know you're being cool.
What are your intentions?
Trying to.
But I'm always like double take it.
Right. So
I'll show you, boss.
either way, we know that using slang or using these like nickname words, it's not really what we want to be starting off the relationship with. So please don't be doing that on the phones. Be polite and remain cheerful, remain positive, remain excited. I swear I've sold so much real estate because I get so excited about it that I feel like people are like, yes, I'm gonna buy. And I'm like, wait, what?
I didn't want to disappoint you.
Because I genuinely do feel that, and I think it's important to be upbeat. We're selling something. You want to be excited about it.
Smile.
Yeah.
Smile when you're on the phone.
Let's do some sync updates.
It works.
How am I doing this time? Okay. So the dialer. Who here uses the dialer?
One, two,
One,
three,
two, wait,
four,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Talk to me about the dialer. What does it do for you? Those of you that have tried it, like, what does it feel like compared to when you're not using the dialer?
less time in dialing.
Less
More
time in
efficient,
dialing,
yes.
more efficient, okay,
It's
what
just more
else?
efficient, especially for power hours, like if more people had dialers. I saw like most people made like 30 to 40 contacts during the power hour.
Right,
And I feel like I participated, doing my ISA work during the same time, and I was able to call 80 to 90.
Wow.
So it's like, it doubles it.
right, so it's a numbers game, and if you're not using the dialer, you absolutely should be. So it decreases your idle time, the time it takes to dial, it increases your talk time. There's a whole article here, by the way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna change it. And the reason why we're gonna change it is because right now, as you guys know, it's a little bit frustrating because you have to ask to have the dialer turned on. We only have a certain number of dialers. So what we're gonna do moving forward is have assigned dialers. So the way it's gonna work, starting in December, because it's gonna be done per month. If you want a dialer for the month, let's say you want a dialer for the month of December. So Shayla, what you're gonna do when you go to sign up for your leads is you're gonna put your name. Well, in November, I only have 3 spots. But essentially, you choose your spot based on the number of people. You guys are gonna pay for your own dialer. It's yours. It's like it's anywhere between 20 and 40 bucks for the entire month. So what is that, like $5, $6 a week to have a dialer? You don't have to ask Courtney to turn it on, to turn it off. It's yours. Okay. I'd like to get, we can get as many as you guys need. There's a cost. The company pays sync, right, for those dialers. And I'm realizing you guys should just have that dialer be yours, and we don't have to worry about turning it on, asking her on the weekends, asking me on the weekends, or anyone else. Okay. And I do recommend the dialer, by the way. Okay. Oh, so this is something that we talked about last week. The home valuation report is something that has to be turned on. There are over 1,000 leads in sync that need this to be turned on because they have closed. They're a buyer that has closed on a property. So the thing is, we can't turn them all on for you because we don't have all the information that we need. So what I wanted to do is show you today that if you had previous clients, or if you're new and you have, let's say, 10 clients that you closed last year, and you're new in our system, you can easily upload those all into sync and turn them on. And what will happen is every single month, those people that you turn on this report will get the following. So this is actually my address. And what happens is the report includes an updated valuation range. So your home is worth between X and X. It shows me 4 different homes in my area that were sold. Right? I'm in real estate. I know what's selling in my area. I still like to see this report. Comparable properties, any trends. And so this is basically what the email looks like. So in order to get this to be turned on, you could either, if the lead's already in there, great. If they're not in there and you closed somebody last year, you enter it in as a lead, right? That's step 1. Step 2, click on the info tab. And down here where it says, do they have a house to sell? You're gonna change that to yes, and then you're gonna add the subscription and the address. The subscription is what's going to turn that email on once a month. Did I explain that right?
You put in their address, square footage, and year built, I think.
Okay.
So that it pulls a property report appropriately.
Similar.
Okay.
This has nothing to do with the buyer monthly report.
Yeah, different.
No.
So the buyer monthly report goes out to every single buyer, and we're automating that for you. This seller report is a little bit trickier because it requires addresses. For those of you that have the ASAPD notes, so those of you that have been here, like Nicola is amazing at it. The ASAPD note is a note in sync that says the agent's name, the side, so like Jordana, buyer, the address, the price, and the date of the closing.
Yes.
And it's a sticky note that you put in sync. So if you've ever seen it maybe in the pond, that's what that is. And we did that because there's no way for us to know what property that buyer purchased unless somebody puts it in. We have to go, filtering through all the information to figure it out. So there's a couple options here. So if you have the ASAPD note, we can put this on for you. You can either go and add it for company leads, and if it's your own lead, right, that has closed on a home, you need to turn this subscription on yourself. Does that make sense? I think this is a really valuable tool. That's why I keep bringing it up, because I think that if you have a buyer that closes today and you turn this on, and every month, the next however many months, I get this report from you, when I'm gonna think about selling my home, I'm gonna think about you first.
They already gave me all the information.
You've already given me all, and you've done it every single month consistently. But remember, it's up, you guys have to go ahead and actually do this. So you take an hour today to put in this address with people that you know who are homeowners. They're gonna get this communication from you. And it's like silently working and planting seeds in people's heads that when they do want to sell, they're gonna reach out to you. Does anybody have any questions on how to do this? Are you guys gonna use this?
Yeah.
Should be done.
No, that's actually beautiful. I love that. That's
Think
really
fun.
great. Yeah, because what I've been doing is for any close leads, I've just been doing like market reports, as in like, for example, a particular neighborhood. If they still want to see, you know, what their neighbor's home sold for, I just basically put them on that subscription. So this is very helpful. I like it.
Yeah, so I think, again, the key here on this is that it's up to you guys to enter your leads, whether it's someone that you've closed before, it could just be neighbors that you know, or people, friends that you know, you have their address, put them in here, turn on the subscription, and they will get the report every single month with their home address and the comps in their neighborhood.
So what is that in the drop down? What are we changing it to?
Just put it on the wall. I actually don't know. I've never done it.
I guess I'll find it.
I don't know the
Under
answer.
info, right?
Will you go run up and ask her? I don't know how to do this.
No, it's in the input tab.
But what does it say? Do you know?
It says house to sell.
Oh,
There.
Right
See?
there.
house to sell, it says right now not specified. I guess you change it to,
Well, you click on it and it brings that box up. Then once you put the date in there and update it, then it'll change it to yes.
Okay.
It'll be a subscriber.
yeah. So that means, again, anyone that you have sold a home to, you should be putting this on for them. Anyone whose address you know, you should be putting this on for, right? Any lead, put the ASAPD note. We can do it for you, or you can do this easily yourself. But this subscription tab is a really nice way to stay in touch with people. Okay. We are an office of producers. So right now we have 49 pending transactions, which is pretty cool. We are agents with, I don't should have done with this, but.
My stuff is just like floating.
Michael Conti's floating around, but we have a lot of agents with pending transactions. They're not all up here. If you have a pending transaction, raise your hand. I do.
Oh, I do.
Howard, you have some pending, right?
I have a couple.
Well, it's closing today.
I thought you had another one. I just saw a contract cover sheet.
Well,
Yeah.
No, not really. Okay. Courtney's saying no. Okay, but yeah, the pending people, and if you don't have a pending transaction, let's get on the board. Oh, we have more. Maria, Courtney. Oh, this is my fault. I didn't tell her. I told her to activate it. Maria's got 8. Courtney has 6.
I guess.
It's like they're there.
I don't know.
Katarina with 4.
I don't
Nice
even
work,
pay
Katarina.
attention.
Kyle with 4.
I don't know.
Okay, let's talk about volume. So as you guys know, we kind of like shifted mid-year. At the end of 2020, we set a goal of about 79 million for 2021, and we crushed it. So halfway through the year, we changed our numbers and our new goal was to reach 120 in sales volume. Well, as of now, we've closed 102 million. So congratulations to us. And as of now, we have under contract, although I have a cancellation. Instead of buying 3, those people are buying 2. But anyway, 118 million. So it's about 118.5. So in order to get to 120 million, so 85% is close, right? In order to get to 120 million, we need another 1.5 under contract.
Taylor's gonna take care of it.
Taylor, please take care of it for us. No pressure.
No pressure.
Anyway, so I'm really proud of everyone. 120 million is certainly something to be proud of. And next year, we are going to, actually, I'm not even going to do the goals for next year because I don't think I'm very good at it. So I've asked Bridget to do our goals for next year and make them much, much higher. So we'll talk about that probably in December at some time, but we'll talk a lot about our vision for the next 5 years, what our numbers are going to be, and all that fun stuff. But either way, really excited about this. This is really exciting work. $1 million dinner update. First of all, there's 22 days left until December 1st. It just takes one contract. If you get $1 million contract, you were at that dinner. I think right now we have what, five people? Last year we had like 12.
There's so many people that are so close.
Okay, so those of you that are
So
close,
close.
let's go. But we have Maria with the ticket, John Pagan, Shayla, Nicola, Katarina. Congratulations.
Hey, Katarina.
That's new. Is she on the call? So Kyle, you're so close. You're like 125 away, but you just gotta tell them. Is that not on here?
Oh, there's so many close people.
Kyle, Sherry, you're so close.
I do have a pending right now.
Johnny, Anastasia, you're also close. You're like 289,000 away. So lots of people that are on this. I'd love to have every single one of you guys there. It just takes one deal. You just have to get a contract. Doesn't have to close. So it could be November 30th and you can get $1 million contract and you're joining us in this fair.
Boom.
Where are you going again, Rooney?
Avalon.
Avalon. There you go.
We better book it.
And he's ordered what? 2 entrees or 3 this year?
I think he deserves 3.
We did this already. Oh, wait, am I going backwards?
One,
Okay.
one for every million.
Does anybody have any listings coming up that they want to talk about? Anything at all?
I have one that's coming up this week. We're getting
Tell
the photos done today. It's a townhouse in Lantana, 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath. It's like,
Right, you told us last week, I think.
yeah, has two parking spots. It can be rented right away. It's walkable to the inlet. It's a really
That's
nice
pretty cool.
location. Yeah.
Do you want to, I actually don't you want to tell everyone about this part? Come on up, Court. How to reverse market. I just linked to it.
Okay, so we have a way that you can reverse market your properties before they are listed in the MLS, or even if they're coming soon in MLS. And it's called putting a pocket listing into Sync. So what you do, so basically, it creates buzz about your property before you get going with the sale or whatever. The pocket listing is an exclusive real estate listing that's not available to the general public yet.
So I'm just stopping for 1 second. So that means if somebody in your day-to-day or some lead that you speak to or anything else says, you know what, I'll give you the pocket listing, but I don't want it anywhere in the MLS, right? People say that they don't want it to be marketed and stuff like that. This is one way that you can actually take it and reverse market it, whether it's a pocket listing, which is defined as what I just explained. Coming soon means that you have a week, 2, 3 weeks before it's going to hit the market and you want to start generating a buzz. And the way that you're going to do that is by putting it into Sync and seeing who in there has an interest that you can call and say, hey, guess what? We have a new listing coming up. It's not on the market yet, but it will be. Sorry, you can scroll down.
So we put the instructions on how to do this here in the policy. So the instructions are here. You just click that link and it'll tell you exactly. It's so easy to put in. Once you put it in, it will give you can click the buyer matches and you can see which buyers that are in your bucket match the property. And then you can go ahead and start reaching out to them. To extend that out, if you would like the buyers in Courtney, Shelley, or not Taylor, Jack. Oh, yeah, Taylor. You can send me a message and I will reverse market in all of those buckets and send you the lists. And so you can start calling them in the other.
So the other thing that's cool is when you do this, all of the people that match the property are going to show up in one screen and you can actually just hit select all and hit message. And when you message them, there are pre-written templates that I wrote one. If you type in the word reverse, it'll pop up. And then you could just send out something that says, hey, I'm listing this home next week. If you want to have a preview prior to it hitting the market, let me know. So what I love about this, it's not just about selling the coming soon property or selling the pocket listing. It's also about getting someone to respond to you or just re-engaging someone that you haven't spoken to in a while. So this is linked on the policies page, and it's all kind of written out and linked correctly. So thank you, Courtney, for that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure you guys realize we have these 4 handouts. Desiree has them up front. So when you are going to meet with buyers, especially if it's the first time you're meeting them, it's a good idea to hand them something. So we have the VA postcard, we have a new construction postcard, 3 reasons to work with us, and a first-time home buyer's roadmap. So if you're going to meet a lead for the first time and they're a first-time home buyer, get them a nice little folder, put these flyers in, hand it to them, and give them something that they get to go home with to remember you by. Has anyone used any of these yet? You have? And what did it feel like?
It's nice.
It's a nice,
to have something tangible for them.
Right.
Just feel your perfection.
right,
It's almost like a presentation. Mini.
absolutely, it absolutely is, yeah. And it kind of just forces you to have that conversation about, oh, let me give you this postcard, it explains all the reasons why it's important to have representation. Upcoming events. So as you guys know, November 1st, which was 8 days ago now, we started using the new contract. The fire bar contract was changed. We have a recording on it. I've sent you guys articles that explain the changes. We're also doing another class. So CJ will be doing this class at 1:30. Is it here or is it Zoom?
Here.
Here.
Oh, we'll probably have a Zoom too, but
Okay.
yeah.
So if you have any questions about it or you're not clear on the new contract, please plan to attend. It is in the company calendar.
Is it already been uploaded to?
Yes. So Transaction Desk does have the new
Oh,
contract, and also there are new addendums as well. Yeah. Yeah, I was working this week on it, and I noticed on Friday, it was the old one. And then on like Sunday, I'm like, that's a different line. And then I realized it was the new contract.
Is anybody else coming to the Spenga thing on
Oh.
the 17th at 11:30?
Who do we have on the list?
Hasn't, there's a dozen of us going.
Is there room for all of us?
There's
Yeah,
25
25
slots.
Nice. Let's fill this up, you guys. So if you guys didn't know, we're doing a spin, stretch, and weight class together.
You're going?
Spin, strength, yoga.
I was looking to see if you're looking.
So
I'm here. So Shayla's coming, Kyle, Tobe, myself, Sierra, Wesley, Juan, Courtney, Anastasia, Roni, Sydney, and Tara. So Victor, where are you?
What's the date?
I would love to see this class.
It's before a contract.
So if you want to sign up to attend, I'm gonna leave it right here. Howard, come on. You know you like to spit.
What's up?
It's at 11:30.
That's how
There are showers.
No,
there's
that's
showers there.
the
That's
power
at
one.
1:30.
Oh, sorry.
No.
It's the same
No, it's a different
day.
day. So, oh wait, it's the same day as this.
That's
So
why
what you
that's
can
at
do is you
1:30.
can spin, take a shower, come here and take a class with CJ.
That's what
There
I'm
you go.
There you go. Okay, November 17th at 11:30. I hope to see you guys there. Okay, Thanksgiving potluck. Do we need any other signups, Courtney?
I have a sign up sheet. I'll send it out one more again to everybody.
Do we have enough food or do we need more?
Well, we have some food, yeah, but we could use more.
Okay.
And we're providing the turkey and the ham. So, and some soda and stuff.
Okay, so that is the potluck, November 23rd. The white party, which is put on by the Realtor Association, they do it every year. It's usually a really good time,
Yeah.
Except for 2 years ago, they had it at this house and there was no air conditioning and that kind of sucks.
It was so hot.
Yeah, that was not fun. It was so hot, but this one's on a boat, so that's cool. I know I'm going. Who else? I think Courtney's going. Tove is going. Anybody else? Anastasia?
I'm going.
Roni's coming. Cindy, no?
No, I'll be fine.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're around and you're in town, we'd love to see you at the white party.
Ooh, maybe you just rhyme.
That's right. You're around, you're in town.
Really?
So our holiday party is kind of, I think, in progress, right? We have
Yes.
Roni and Courtney and Desiree are kind of like on that committee to put the party together. Is this the
This
first
is
date?
this is the date we're gonna do it. We're not sure where, but.
Okay, so mark your calendars for December 19th.
Yeah, just hold the date.
Hold the date.
We'll give more information as we get it. Save the date.
It is in the company. All of these are in the company calendar if you guys need. I'll send out the link to this. If you guys want to watch any of these things or click on any of the attachments, you can. And I think I finished early. Does anybody have any comments, questions, concerns? Any stories or jokes they want to tell us? Or talk to us. I'd love to hear some success stories. Or Courtney, tell us. I know Tara, you have this great
Taylor,
system.
Taylor.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, he was in the system for 403 days. He was initially, the information initially was just for like a single family home in Wellington. He ended up wanting a warehouse in Hialeah.
Whoa, that's like the exact opposite.
Yeah, I drove to Hialeah yesterday, showed him it. I mean, it's listed at 2.290. He wants it, wants to put an offer in on it.
So she wrote the
And I'm waiting for him
contract.
to initial and sign it so I can send it over.
Wow, that's so exciting. And that'll be your
And
first
wait, but
real
wait.
estate transaction.
But wait,
And
there's
that's
more.
not-
But wait, there's more.
Oh, wait.
He has a second property he wants.
The Saturday appointment?
Oh, the
Yeah,
units.
Saturday I have an appointment with Roni for a possible listing that we're hoping to get.
Amazing.
We're working on that, but the same guy wants to.
Yeah.
get
Oh,
some-
yeah, that.
I'm taking him tomorrow to Fort Lauderdale to go look at a 10-unit.
She's like,
Look at you. And that'll be your first real estate deals that you've ever worked on.
Yes.
Unbelievable. I love that. Not bad. 2 commercial deals at a couple
he's
million.
gonna be our commercial expert.
Nice.
Yeah, at this point.
At least writing the contract.
So you know what I love? I love so much that, every day in real estate, you never really know, right? Next thing you know, like you could wake up tomorrow and all of a sudden have a $2 million deal under contract and there's your, gigantic commission.
And on that, while we're writing the contract, we called CJ like several times. He was able to walk us through it because they're doing seller financing. also.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, so it's.
Oh my God, I love
it's-
seller financing.
Yeah, it's actually a really great deal. It's actually a really great deal because the guy who owns it, it's kind of like leaving the seller financing part to his kids. So
That's
it's
what this
kind of
building
like-
is.
Yeah.
I pay the kids every month.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
basically, it's a great transaction for them, but same time, we were seller financing on the commercial deal and it's kind of a little confusing, but CJ kind of walked us through it and what we were supposed to say.
Sure.
So we were able to put everything.
I can help
We
you
were,
if you
we
need
were
help with
all
that.
3 in my office last night working on this deal with CJ on the phone. He stayed with us the whole time.
That's awesome. I'm so glad.
So that's what,
That's
same
awesome.
thing, going back to like the resources that we have, even as a newer agent, I'm sure you were probably nervous, but still you had the support of other people behind you to make sure you went through it. So.
I love that story. What a great story. So you were just calling in the pond and you just found him.
Yeah, but he was like, no, I'm not looking for a house, I'm looking for a warehouse. And I was like, okay.
Nice.
And then sent him a bunch for like 2 weeks. And then he finally saw this one and he was like, this is perfect, exactly what I need, I want it.
Amazing. Love that. Great story. Anybody else have any success stories? Anything they want to share? Come on, we need one more before.
Courtney.
Yes.
Yeah, so I actually got a pocket listing. So there's actually a buyer who I helped close back in August. And he actually reached out to me the other night asking to actually list this property and purchase a house up in Orlando. So someone who I just closed a few months ago, I got another 2 transactions going for him.
That's amazing.
That's great.
I love that. There's a message here.
Nice.
No. All right, guys. That's all I got. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day.
Thank you guys. Have a good day.